Let's first take a look at certain UI design tools, which are really popular these days, that can convert prompts into complete screens with functional assets, elements, and components that you can then further export. Now, this is something we'll do before we convert our previously created wireframes into UI design. But this is something that could be a quick action or a quick task if you want to show a client or a company certain quick designs that you can create just for an idea, maybe not for the final design. Alright, so the first one right here is called Galileo AI. And Galileo was a very viral tool on Twitter and everyone was talking about it. Reason being, it creates both web and app interfaces with complete images, assets, buttons, etc. that you can then finally use in your project. Cool thing is, it's not expensive or anything. In fact, the pricing is only for people who might want to create larger set of screens or multiple UI designs for their project. But for everyone else like us, it's free. Alright, so now we are going to open up Figma. A very popular tool, everyone knows about this. And we're going to be importing our wireframes from that wonderful tool called Relume here into Figma so that we can start editing and start adding styles, etc. to that design. To do that, it's actually kind of easy. We just go into our components panel right here, go into plugins and search for Relume. This will open up a Relume plugin that can easily import anything from our projects. As you can see, the first project, which is untitled project, very classy, has been generated here. I will just have to click on this and I just need to click on add wireframes now. This will start adding our wireframes, styles, etc. all into our project. As you can see, might take a few seconds, maybe a minute to complete this. As you can see in our Figma designs, it has completely added the design that it had created on the Relume platform. This means everything from text, images, etc. have been officially imported. Now, I will be creating or converting this design into a final visual only for one page. And of course, the rest you can follow along and do it on the other pages as well. Of course, the first step, of course, in this process would be to actually start importing images here. Relevant images to our project, of course, and fill out all the image sections that we find here. Let's first do the home section, or let's first do the header or the hero section right here. And as you can see, it has a fill only, but we're going to remove this fill. Okay, just like we did before, there is something called AI image generator by FreePic, something that I've already mentioned. FreePic is doing a lot of stuff in AI as well. Now, as you can see, it brings a very simple little window right here, which we can then access and, write in our requirements or our wants here, and it will give us images here. So I want to just select this frame. Hopefully this will add it in the frame. I now want to ask it for a realistic image. A realistic image of a Zen garden with people sitting and meditating. Now, to add more parts of this prompt, you can even add things like photo. It will add this photo prompt so it looks like a photo. Then you can even add something like a grain effect. You can add HDR, street lights, okay. So all of these suggestions are coming up in real time based on what we've already written. Orientation in this case would have to be landscape, since this is a landscape image. And then we can make our magic. And as you can see, it has automatically created something really cool for us, gives us a quick prompt, and we can go ahead and paste any one of these options into our image panel here. I like the fact that FreePic generates multiple options for us. It will give us a better result, as well as it will give us choices for our website. We can also use any one of these elsewhere across our website. So we'll have more assets in one go. I think for now, this one looks good. The people are visible and it's a nice little Zen garden, which I'm going to place right here. Unfortunately, it is not being placed behind this. For that, you just have to go to the top right and click on absolute position and just fit it right here below this. One problem you might face when Relume has imported something is that all of these are components. You can always right click and click on detach instance to fix this problem where the image might not be fixing or fitting into this area. Of course, I can then tweak it inside Figma itself, maybe give it a lower opacity so that we don't have to see that only. There's text which is visible. Now you can do the same thing for all these image sets as well, something that I'm going to do in the background. I'm not going to show it to you, but based on what text is written, you can always copy from here itself or write something similar as a prompt in FreePick. Now the only limitation with FreePick, which I think you guys should know, is that it only has 16 generations for free every day. If you want to use it for free, then use it wisely, and every day it will refresh every 24 hours or every 12 a.m. it will refresh, and next day you will get new prompts or new abilities to make magic.